Hello everyone, Simon here. Let's continue with episode 4 in Justice for All. So this is the second part of the first day of the trial. Jeez. March 22, 2:14 PM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3! Dude! I can't believe that Adrian! No way! Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews! She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. And you. Him too. He might be in on it. So after the ceremony during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. You only had half an hour. And you slept like a log? In your costume? How does she take off your costume? And then put it back on? See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up. Wait, he was wearing his costume in bed. How many costumes does he have? Then dude, you're saying it really was her. Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Garita. No. He's wearing the costume in bed. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. No, you won't. I've seen the walkthrough. There's one more day. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Alright. Phoenix! You think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? I don't know. Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it. It's Juan Garita, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Garita. Or to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? It was, Edgeworth. Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts. It was Edgeworth! It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. What ship? We're on a ship? Don't let your guard down yet. March 22, 2:25 PM, District Court, Courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Garita's room. What is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt on guard. I see, now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I have never even heard of Gossipland. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relationship with the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Garita. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter, or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court. About what happened to you? What happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place? She's still playing with that card. When I found the body! It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Oh, my face is blocking her. Hold on. Let me like... Where are we? Here. Let me like... Her face, that's the expression on her face. Alright. Alright, back to this. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes, sadly I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. You were panicked and in your panic, you poured a glass of juice. Phoenix! She is one cool and collected customer and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? Why? When I found the body. And what was Mr. Angad doing at the time? He was taking a nap. He was napping in his costume. He was worn out from his mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. His mini performance wore him out. Mr. Angad did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room? What? What? Excuse me? It? What are you? Right, I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. Yeah, exactly. What was that about? If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Miss Angad's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object, right? Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. It? After that, I went to Juan's room. And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon, what are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim? Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now, witness? What did you see when you got into his room? And there was his dead body. I was in shock. You were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person, and despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corrida. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock, and you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness? I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Juice! Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on the wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down, without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corrida, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Miss Andrews! I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry, it's just, it's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. The flower vase was not knocked over. Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? Oh. This mess of glass shards? She knocked the vase over. Oh, she shouldn't have said that. She should not have said that. If she knocked it over then, it means that the guitar case was closed. Because the water is on the guitar case, but not inside the guitar case. So the vase fell on the guitar case, broke, put water on the top of it, and then afterwards somebody opened the guitar case. After the vase was on the ground. So if she's the one who knocked it onto the ground, that means the guitar case was closed before she did it. This mess of glass shards! It was originally on top of the dresser. She's the one who knocked it off. But when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? And why did she tell us now? Why did she reveal that? I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. You suck. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. No, he knows. I was the one who knocked the flower vase over where it fell onto into the guitar case. Edgeworth knows. Edgeworth knows. Alright. Present. Empty, there's some water but only on top of the lid. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over, is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem, it's a major problem! It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that is exactly what is so strange! Miss Andrews! You testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However! If that were true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. That's very true! Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the case. Well, I mean, they could be both. Ah! What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be, however... the empty guitar case does seem to have no relationship to this case, doesn't it? No? I'm sure it does. Somebody took the guitar. How could he have not had the guitar? Wait, what? Did we see him at the show? Did he have the guitar in the show? That's all the way back in the beginning of the episode. It seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Make her testify! The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either. I can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along. For now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. The guitar case. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. Why would you do that? It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. I'm glad you're comforted, Edgeworth. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Well, you see. Are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over. Well, Miss Andrews? Yes, it was me. I suppose I might have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. So you opened the guitar case then? Yes. Well, maybe. Oh, she was looking for the suicide note. Well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Kurita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open the guitar case. As the witness has said multiple times when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? It's because the note was in the guitar. But getting back on topic. It's not a big deal though, right? Because the case was empty after all. Was it really empty? Oh wait. I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. No! I refuse to have professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if we just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix, we can't afford to let on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Yeah, if we have a weapon to hit her with... Wait. Don't hit people. What are you gonna hit her with a weapon? I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record waiting to be found. I'm gonna accuse her of looking for the letter. A weapon in the court record. She was looking for this. Although I can hit her with a weapon. Nope. It's not that one. Is it that one? No. It's not that one. Why open the case even I don't know? The case was empty after all. Is it here? Do I do it here? No. I mean, I think she was looking for the letter. Wait, bears Corrida's fingerprints. It doesn't bear her fingerprints. It doesn't have her fingerprints on it? It is, okay, it is. Did you see that? The last thing we did, we presented the guitar case to say that it's open. And then this one, we present the guitar case again to say that she doesn't have a... We just did the same thing. We presented the same evidence twice to solve two different puzzles back to back. You just like press the same button over and over again and the game just plays itself. There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Ah! What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. Oh, you were wearing gloves? She was wearing gloves. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the awards ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. Yeah, but you left fingerprints on the glass. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Because only weird people wear gloves. Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? I have your proof right here! This wine glass! We're just using the same two bits of evidence over and over again. The wine glass! You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Ah! Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Ah! What? Just broke her glasses and then she put another pair of glasses? Order! Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. I didn't mean to hit that one. I meant to hit the other one. I meant to accuse her of looking for the letter, but sure. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. Yeah, no, the letter was in the guitar case. But it's just an empty case. I wondered if it really was empty though. But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case... Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided... No, Your Honor, please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder! If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder.